Oh my gosh, that sounds like another conspiracy theory. Dan Bongino, is that a misinformation channel? Ladies and gentlemen, it's all right in front of you. Why am I telling you this? Not to scare you. Again, to do what we do best on the show, considering I spent my life in the preparedness and security field, just to give you the left's plan ahead so that you can prepare yourself and fight back. And as I always try to do, if I have an answer on how we fight back, I'm going to give it to you. You're not going to want to miss this opening segment because like yesterday's opening segment, I am afraid in a year or two, we're going to look back and say, I warned you. So first, what are we going to talk about today? Well, the dystopia staring us in the face. You know, the dystopia, the opposite of utopia. The utopian dreamland, the dystopian nightmare staring at us right now if we don't stop this right now, today. Here, now? Oh, yeah. Book burning, domestic secret police forces to spy on American citizens, re-education facilities. That sounds crazy. What is this, North Korea? No, it's the United States. It's happening right now. Let's get to example number one. Not waste any time. Wall Street Journal today. An executive from a good book publisher, by the way, Regnery, that does a really solid job. I don't publish with them, so I have no business relationship, just a disclosure for you. But they're a great company. I would, but they're terrific. I just use someone else. But a Regnery executive came out and wrote a pretty good op-ed in the Wall Street Journal today. And he's warning from the inside the book publishing industry that we're back, Joe, to blacklists and book burning. Progress. They're progressives, right? Progress. Yeah, man. Progress. I don't think progress means what they think it means. Wall Street Journal opinion by Thomas Spence, who's an executive again at Regnery. Blacklists are the rage in publishing. Why the publishing house I run will bring out Josh Hawley's new book. What is he talking about? Senator Josh Hawley, who wanted a review of the election process in 2020. He's a Republican senator from Missouri. Was going to publish a book with Simon & Schuster. Simon & Schuster apparently practicing book burning like principles going back to the communist Soviet era said, we're no longer going to publish a book. We're going to cancel the contract. So Regnery picked it up and said, you know what? We'll publish the book. That's great with us. I'm guessing Josh Hawley's book will jump to number one. I will buy a copy as soon as I can because leftist boycotts never work and turn into boycotts. They never work. I'll show you that in a minute. Because leftists are generally, the radical ones, are just really stupid. And they don't understand the Streisand effect. They think they do. They don't. So this Regnery executive, he called out the book burners and he wrote something really scary. Now, listen, what they're doing now is actually worse than book burning. Because with book burning, Joe, at least the book gets published and then you burn it. Wouldn't you agree? At least, so maybe a few slip through the burning process and people can read it. What's happening now with publishing Blacklist, going back to the Soviet era, back to Cuban style, Castro style censorship. What's happening now is they're creating blacklists so books from respected members of the Senate and everyone else don't even get published at all. Here's what I mean. Let's go to this Wall Street Journal, please. Again, you think this dystopia isn't staring you in the face? Here's the book burning era ushered in by totalitarian, authoritarian, anti-civil liberties liberals who love this stuff. They love torturing you. They love it. They get pleasure out of it because they have no lives and they're losers. Quote, I am an independent book publisher, and in recent days, I've been taking calls from journalists asking me which authors I would refuse to publish. Journalists always love to take part in this because the biggest anti-free speech advocates out there, next to liberals, so that would be the second biggest, are journalists. Journalists, air quotes. He goes on, he says, that's an odd question to ask an American publisher, but suddenly it seems to be on everybody's mind in our industry. Some 250 self-described, this is funny, Joe, publishing professionals, he goes, mostly junior employees of major publishing houses, have issued a statement. They're issuing a statement, Joe. Everybody pay attention. Titled, No Book Deals for Traders. A category in which they include any participant in the Trump administration. Again, it's a conspiracy theory. We're not book burning. No, you're worse than book burners. Book burners, the book gets published and then you burn it. They're worse than book burners. Book burners on the totem pole of stupidity, the book burners are second after these industry professionals, basically interns with no real jobs, no lives, who are basically morons, putting together a letter of demands. We will not publish any participant in the Trump administration, anyone, ever. This is the new totalitarian, authoritarian left. Again, I've only warned everyone on this show for 4+ years now about the need to construct an entirely parallel economy, away completely from anti-civil liberties, fascist modeling leftists. They model fascist tactics. Look at what fascists did. Yeah. Just look at what they did. Burn books, create secret police forces, create re-education facilities. That's what they're doing now. Please suggest to me where conservatives are doing this. Can you give me an example of a prominent conservative calling for worse than book burning, not publishing books at all with people you don't agree with, calling for secret police forces and re-education camps? Can you cite me one? Who are the real fascists here? I'm just asking. A basic study of history.
You just heard Dan Bongino.